Today, the handheld gaming console market is growing more and more, and now a new handheld console makes its appearance. Good morning, and welcome to Tech Interceptor. First of all, remember to subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell to stay up to date on upcoming videos, and if you want, take a look at our Twitter and Instagram profiles. Various manufacturers are establishing themselves on the handheld gaming console market, which seems to be in continuous growth. One of them is AYN. AYN has become known to the public thanks to the Ayn Odin handheld gaming console based on ARM technology. Now the company, through a teaser trailer, has introduced its next gaming console based on Intel Alder Lake and AMD Zen 3 Plus RDNA2. The new console will be called Loki. Aesthetically, the new Loki model is very similar to the Odin model, taking up the shape, the dimension as well as the layout. On the left we find the microphone, the L3 analog stick and the D-pad. On the right instead, there are the Home button, the ABX Epsilon action buttons, the R3 analog stick and the Start and Select buttons. Above there are the L1 and L2 triggers, HDMI, TF card, the air intake, the volume adjustment, the on-off button and the R1 and R2 triggers. Having the same Odin shells, the remaining side can also be imagined. Then, on the underside, it could have 2 speakers, 1 audio jack and 1 USB-C port. On the back, however, it should have the air intake and perhaps 2 back buttons. From the first images available, the most obvious aesthetic difference are the entirely white color, the screen frame with AYN logo, and the presence of white LEDs on the sides and in the position of a thumbstick. The teaser rates the most affordable Windows handheld ever created. AYN Loki, in fact, will boast not one but most versions. To be exact, there will be 5 versions of the same console. Each of these will have different specifications and prices. The first model, called Loki Mini, will be the basic version of the handheld console. This will house the Intel Alder Lake U CPU and will be equipped with 64GB of storage. As a starting model, this will also be the cheapest one with a list price of $299 or 2014 yen. The Mini follows the Loki model. Unlike the previous one, this model will boast 3 different versions. As the specifications, all 3 variants will mount the AMD Ryzen 5600 U CPU, while the storage will be different for the 3 variants and will be respectively 64GB, 256GB and 512GB. The 64GB variant will be priced at $499. The 256GB variant will be priced at $599 or 4,030 yen. And finally, the 512GB model will sell for $699 or 4,700 yen. The 5th and latest model, called Loki Max, will be the most powerful model in the series. As specification will present the AMD Ryzen 6800 U CPU and 512GB of storage. As in specification, the model will also be max in price. Indeed, the Loki Max will be available on shelves at a price of $799 or 5,380 yen. AYN Loki will have the contender with competition made up of a Steam Deck, which feature AMD Zen 2 and RDNA2 graphics, and mount AMD Vanguard CPU, and from the AYN with its new handheld console AYN 2, which feature AMD Zen 3 Plus architecture and mount AMD Ryzen 6800U, and the recently presented AYN Air Plus, which feature AMD Zen 2 and RDNA2 graphic architecture, and mounts the new AMD Mendocino CPU. That's all for today. Waiting new updates. As always, let me know what do you think in the comments below. If you find this video helpful, then leave a like, share it with your friend, and don't forget to subscribe. Huge thanks for watching. See you again next time.